Anthony Ferraro, Dan Mancina. Two blind guys collide to bring you Four Bad Eyes Podcast.
Hey!
Yeah!
Oh, we're back! Four Bad Eyes! Hey, how's everybody? Yay!
Four bad eyes in between two ferns.
How's everybody doing?
There's a fern to the left of me I thought was Anthony's hair.
Well, it's very similar.
Yeah, it did feel very like yours, kind of like, well, if it was like kind of dreaded, you know? Yeah.
Oh, it's
Anyways.
just because you got your hair cut, you're all righteous.
Freaking better than you, dude. My hair. I'm a normal member of society now.
Oh, man. And here we are. We're back. We are in Los Angeles, California.
St. Pete, Los Angeles.
St. Pete to Los Angeles. What a change.
FL to LA. We went from red to blue.
Colorblind over here.
Yep.
But it is going good. We made it here, and we made it on Super Bowl Sunday, which was wild.
Wild. Fireworks.
Flights were sold out. People were yelling. Babies were crying.
Alarms were going off when we landed.
Yeah, there was luggages not being found for some people probably. It was madness. There was chaos.
People were scrambling to get
on the kiosks.
People were scrambling to get to the hometown.
It was
LA.
Yeah, it was. No, you could feel it though from the second we got here. When me and Kelly got the car, and we so we didn't fly in with Dan. We flew separately. And we were driving around, and you could just feel like the everyone just repping the Rams. You know, like just the hometown. It was insane. The energy. You know, the donut store was slammed. The line was around the place like 3 times.
You got donuts?
No, dude, couldn't. It's too long of a line.
Tony Bag of Donuts couldn't
Tony
get a
Bag of Donuts couldn't get a donut. But it's just people screaming, "Go Rams!" everywhere, like before the game even started, and just, you know, the people going to the game. You're like, oh man, like imagine being that. And
dude, you told me far away from the stadium, parking was
$400.
$400 to park.
$400, not even in the at the stadium. Just lots outside of it. Like
crazy, dude.
It was unreal.
Even if you had 4 people in a car,
it's not
$100 a person, dude.
No, that's
imagine
what the tickets were.
Yeah, dude. Wow.
Well, it was a great game.
They sealed it. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Rams. LA. What a win.
Sorry, Bengals. Next year, you sealed the deal.
You'll get it.
But I was kind of rooting Bengals.
I just like underdogs.
Because they're, Midwest, underdoggy. Yeah.
But it was, I really, part of me wanted the Rams to win because we're in LA, and it's like.
Yeah, that was that.
The first time it ever happened was last year. The Bucs won in Tampa.
Oh, really? Oh, that was like the first time. Like
a
Super Bowl win in their home stadium.
Yeah. Just got to ask Jamie.
Jamie,
Google that. No, I believe that's accurate.
Who's Jamie Google at?
No, the Google guy from Rogan's podcast.
Oh, Jamie. Oh, yeah. Jamie, pull that up, Jamie. Jamie Google at. What? We have Kelly.
Oh, man. But no, here we are. We set up the studio in the Airbnb. So I hope you like the background.
You guys did a good job in set design. Looks
dude,
great.
It was wild when they won, though. It was like the fireworks were going. There's gunshots, cars honking. It was insanity.
Parades going on.
You got Snoop smoking blunts.
I didn't know if they were mortars or 12 gauges going off on the side of the hotel.
It's pretty scary. But Delta was scared.
Oh, did she not like the fireworks?
She was not having it. She was like barking a couple times and then just no. She doesn't. There was a lot of madness.
She doesn't like fireworks?
No.
That makes her nervous? You ever put her in one of those vests?
Oh, no.
Those little security vests?
No.
I wear those when fireworks. 4th of July, I got to wear one all
like
day.
A straight jacket?
Like all weekend, all Memorial Day weekend, 4th of July weekend,
like
I got to wear it.
Straight jacket?
No, not a straight jacket. It's like a weighted vest. It's supposed to make him feel more comfortable. Really helps with me. Is my mic doing the same thing? No, I think we're good.
It's not.
Never mind. We just had to start re-recording, but we're good. But
no, we also just got back from the Laugh Factory.
World famous Hollywood Laugh Factory.
In on Sunset Boulevard.
Saw a whole lineup of killers.
It was actually incredible. We went and saw Jason Ellis, good friend.
Yes, Wolfmate, shout out.
Shout out.
Ellis been going deep in the comedy world, killing it.
Just kind of entering that pretty recently and just crushing it. I can only imagine how nerve-wracking that is.
Awesome. It's really impressive.
Yeah, it was. He has good storytelling, you could tell, right?
Yeah.
Like, different comedians, some people just, will have jokes, like they'll write jokes, and some people will use life experiences to make people laugh, and I think he did really well with the experiences.
Yeah, he had me laughing out loud for sure.
Yeah, because holding a crowd is not an easy thing to do. That was really cool, though, I've been to, like, big theaters before. Like, I've only seen comedians actually twice, and they're both at pretty big theaters, and I've never been in, like, a real intimate, like, venue like that, and it's, like, really renowned.
Yeah, I've only been to, like, a really tiny, shitty club. It was, like, on the top of this bar in Michigan. That's, like, unheard of, right? It's gone now. And then I saw Joe Rogan, actually.
Really?
At the Fox, and then that was like an official.
Oh, that's
wild. Like a touring, like he had like a full hour. This was like, what do they call it? Workout Wednesdays, right?
Yeah, it was called. That was cool. It was called Workout Wednesdays. So
it's like more like them working on their material.
Yeah, they have their new jokes they're working on, and
it was cool to watch. Like when they would like say a joke or like do their joke or whatever, and they'd be like, how was that? Was that
good? I got a few chuckles on that. That's all right. And then they're like, I'll back that one.
I thought that was the most interesting part about watching that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool seeing how you kind of see how people kind of like develop new things for their acts.
Yeah.
And it's the hit or miss. Dude, imagine bombing like a joke. It's just like the seasoned people are probably like, well, this is where I try it, and it's like if it doesn't work, whatever, it doesn't work. But if you're like newer and you go and try a joke there and no one laughs,
dude, it's got to be like we were talking about, like such a grind, dude. Like doing that like 3 times a night, every night, just trying to figure out your.
It's crazy because anything in life you try and do, if you want to be good at it, there's so obviously there's so many hours that go into it, but you don't look at it as many things as that, like like sports and stuff, obviously. But then you look at like speaking and like comedy and things and podcasting and things like that. It takes a lot of practice. And it takes a lot of hours. And these guys are going to like you said, like 3 clubs a night, and they're not even getting paid, most of them,
Yeah, exactly.
And they're just really grinding to try and make a name for themselves.
For love of the game, dude.
That's what it's all about.
For love of the game clause. Isn't that like a real clause? I don't know if this is true, but Michael Jordan, in one of his early contracts, like back in the day, like you weren't allowed to play basketball outside of the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote in his contract clause that was for love of the game, that said that he could play whenever he wanted to and stuff like that.
Oh man,
how sick is that?
That is sick. That should be like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I don't know if that's true, but we need Jamie. Where's Jamie?
We need a Googler.
Jamie Google. What's
Google.
Was that this time we were just recording, or was that last time? Oh, jeez, Jamie Googleabi.
We did have a question. Can you pull that up, actually?
Oh, Melissa, it's kind of long. Here, keep talking.
No. So,
question from a podcast. You can send your questions.
Yeah, you can send your questions to Dan@4badeyes.com or Anthony@4badeyes.com. Email them over. Or you can just DM us at 4badeyes on Instagram. But we take the questions and read them out and answer them clearly. But
So this is from Melissa. She works at a climbing club.
And she has a blind brother.
She has a blind brother.
And her parents, I believe the background is her parents would coddle her brother, correct?
Yep, exactly.
And that kind of frustrated her.
Yeah, exactly. Coddling their son. Now he's kind of socially stunted. and wanted to kind of know our experiences with
Like-
that and our parents and how our parents kind of molded us and helped us.
That's actually really good.
Yeah.
How did your
And if we had questions about getting into climbing, which I kind of do,
yeah?
because I've always wanted to try that.
Well, that's a lot there.
That's a lot.
So,
It is a lot.
all right, so let's unpack this. So first, your mom seems like a real like bulldog in the sense of like in a really good way. Like
She's short and stocky.
no, I mean in
She's
personality
not,
wise,
yeah.
like, she like, I don't know, she'll get stuff done. It seems.
She's
Is that
super, super yeah, and it's gonna be her way, the way she does it too. But yeah, kind of like no real excuses to get super hard worker.
Mm-hmm.
Like all about putting the time in up front and like just working. Oh, jeez, like schooling. Like she was the first one to go to college in her family,
Oh, really?
and she just like, because school was such so much work up front to not like, it's not immediate gratification from doing schooling. You know what I mean? It sucks when you're in it, and it's like boring, especially the older you get. Like my age, going back to school, it just seems like you're wasting your time, and like, it's just gonna pay off. But like that kind of mindset, you know what I mean? Like putting the work in for future benefit.
Right.
And same thing with like our family, and like making sure she's like as present as she can be with all the grandkids and stuff like that. Like,
So
she
super
holds those
family
things,
oriented.
yeah, holds those things really super close and very, very dear to her. So yeah, dude, and
She went back to school when she was older.
no,
Oh,
she did
okay,
it like
okay.
right out of high school.
Mhm.
She had one of her like counselors or something like pushed her to do it. Like she like did really good in her ACTs or something like that.
Oh wow.
And she's like, you should go to college. And she had like never even thought about it. You know what I mean? It's like no one did it in her family.
Yeah,
or, like,
especially back then.
and as a woman back
yeah.
then too. So she like kind of got pushed. She got like a scholarship and stuff for the ACTs and got pushed to do it, and ended up changing her life in like a huge way, and like being able to end up raising 4 kids on her own. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So schooling was big in her thing, and like, I mean, she cares about like us like so much. You know what I mean? Like her number one concern is like us, and especially like me going blind. That was her biggest concern of when she's gone. Like, are you going to be able to support yourself and stuff like that? So
How did she feel about you getting shitty grades in high school and stuff? Like just skateboarding?
she never pressured me too much. She also always let us do whatever we wanted.
Make your own mistakes kind of thing.
Just like we had a lot of freedom as far as
Yeah.
like, I think I talked about it a bit.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like dyeing my hair blue and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know,
right.
she wasn't like harshing us for stuff like that. Stuff that really doesn't matter.
When you got like the diagnosis of, when was the diagnosis that you were gonna lose your sight?
At like 13.
So she was obviously heavily involved.
She was, yeah. She was always, she was the one pushing me to go to the doctors on regular basis and stuff like that, and trying to like figure out like more and like dig deeper and get second opinions and like just pushing, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Asking questions and pushing the doctors, and really is good in that way of life of like not accepting an answer until like she fully understands everything and can
Right.
like feel good about it and like understand it fully.
Not just like a take your word for it.
Not just go to one doctor and
Show
figure
me.
out that's
yeah.
it. That's exactly.
That makes sense.
She's really it just comes from her being like like wanting it her way.
So would
the
she
way that-
push like for you to learn, like when you were losing your sight, would she push for you to learn like you know, the technology and stuff, like the things you need?
No,
like, use
but
the
she
cane?
pushed for me getting services
Okay, that's
and
important.
like putting in all that time it took to figure out what services are out there.
Utilizing the stuff,
Yeah,
the tools that are
which a
already
lot
there.
of people I don't think do use that.
No, because there's so much you have to go through to get
so
them.
much.
It's insane, and there's no help unless you have your
Yeah.
own help. And we're very fortunate to have, parents that have helped us through that. But some people are just left out there, and some parents don't even know it's available or how to do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's unfair.
I think some parents, just they're gonna end up just coddling their kid and like being like, my mom had a good balance of having that, like super protective, but she did it in the right way of like channeling that towards getting the services so that I was better off in the end.
Yeah, she was.
You know what I mean?
She was protective in the sense of making sure you got the right stuff and making sure no one could screw you over.
And I was going down the right path to where I could be able to support myself in the future. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which was pretty much schooling.
Did she did the skateboarding or anything freak her out when you were losing your sight?
No. She doesn't. That stuff doesn't bother her at all.
That's great.
Yeah, she never
I think that's a huge part.
And I was so much older though. Like I was already like living on my own in California and stuff like that. So like that wasn't really a concern. I don't know how she would have treated me I feel like she would have been a lot like your parents and just letting me do whatever. She was
probably working a lot too when you were growing up, right?
Yeah, she worked a lot. Yeah,
you're the youngest, right?
Youngest of four. Yeah. 4 boys.
Yeah, damn.
4 brothers.
Trooper.
She did, dude. She handled business and still does.
She is the best. I love your mom.
Holds it down.
Shout out Carol with an E.
Carol with an E. That's right.
Shout out. Big. So then, she was working a lot and you had a lot of freedom.
Yeah, I mean, the 3 brothers.
Especially being the youngest. I feel like for me, my situation was different because I was born blind. Mm-hmm. My parents, the best advice they got from the doctors was treat him like every other one of your kids. Yeah. And they did that, but at the same time, my mom was like my dad makes this joke that like, he always says, if it was just me and you, I'd be holding your hand through life and we'd be best friends. Like we get an apartment together. Like it's whatever, like I'd be cutting your food for you. Like he said like he's just funny.
Putting your dinner in a cup.
Yeah. But my mom, she was like super adamant in making sure I got and my dad was too. Like he was right behind it all. But she was super adamant in making sure I got the resources to be independent and the services. And my mom was so affected by my blindness in the sense, like after the whole court case to get the transportation to school in Philadelphia from Jersey, they gave her a scholarship to Pennsylvania College of Optometry, and she went back, got her master's after she's in her, I think she was in her like 40s or 50s at this point, like 40s, late 40s, and she went back, got her master's, I'll never forget, like, she used to be really frustrated in the house because she was relearning how to, she never learned how to use the internet, and she was learning all this stuff, and, there was online classes and stuff. Yeah. And she'd have to go to Philly, and she would stay in Philly during the week sometimes. And she worked so hard and got her degree and, met all these, top of the line doctors in the field and eye doctors and optometrists and ophthalmologists, and it just made all these connections for my life. And the biggest thing too was that freedom. She let me go out and scrape my knee. She let me freaking go ride a bike and skateboard and do all this. People used to call her Anthony's riding a bike. She'd be like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. He's with someone.
That's I think that is the biggest piece of advice, is fighting for those services for a kid or for a sibling. I think the biggest thing you can help with is getting them in that system.
Services and really, I think helping them find things out of their comfort zone. Not keeping them in that comfort zone in the sense
you got to push them.
There was a long time in my life where I sat in front of the TV. I would go to Philly, right? And I'd get home at 4:30 p.m. and it would be dark already in the winter, basically. So I'd be so whatever, I can't go out, it's dark, I can't see anyway. Right. So depressed, not even knowing I was depressed, and put the TV on and sit literally 2 inches from. I've never forget. I had this like the footrest things, in front of the couch. I would bring that up to the TV because it was on this table. The TV.
You talked about this.
Yeah, and I would kneel on it.
Right
2 inches, dude.
Watching wrestling.
Eat cheese doodles. Eating cheese doodles. Like I was just so. It was bad, and I don't know what else. It was just. And
would your mom pull you from that?
My mom finally she would. My brothers really too. They were really big on it. Like Anthony, come on, man. Like. Can't be blind and overweight. Like you can control one of those, And they got me into sports and like just doing wrestling. Like they got me out of my comfort zone and out of that like sitting in the house, Like, and that was big because I met people. Even things I wasn't into would lead me into things that I was into. Like you got
to actually be a kid and like experience
that. Yeah,
figure out what you actually like, don't like,
and it was really, it was a good experience. Like going out there and being scared, and trying to figure it out. Yeah,
I always had I still do have a really good group of friends who, would always take me out and stuff. When I started losing my sight, be like still pushing me, be like, yeah, dude, we can still go out and do stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Like never like let me have any excuse or anything for stuff like that. So
sometimes the first like step out of the comfort zone literally is taking like a walk around the block.
You do some drop-offs, dude.
It's a drop-off.
Oh, I did it. Doing the drop-offs.
Oh, the drop-offs.
Drop me off and find my way home.
What was there any sketchy times?
No, nothing too sketch.
No?
I mean, definitely some...
No, like, panic moments?
Yeah, a little bit of panic, for sure, but like that good panic of...
Like the first drop-off, you got to talk me through that.
First drop-off was at my O&M class. Shout out to Leslie. Killed it for Leader Dogs for the Blind.
Wait, sorry. Just so people know, a drop-off is where it's what it sounds like, but an instructor takes you to a location you don't know where you are, right?
That you don't know where you're, and they drop you off, like, you'll be, like, not more than a mile of where you need to, of your destination. And then they just open the door and say, all right, meet me back at, like this one was meet me back at Leader Dogs headquarters. And she dropped me off in like I thought she was joking because she's like, well, so you want to do a drop off? I'm like, what is that? She's like, I'm just going to drop you off somewhere. You got to find your way back. I was like, there's no way you're allowed to do that. She's like, yeah, I can. I was like, no, you can't. That doesn't even sound like it's legal or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, I can. I was like, all right, yeah, let's do it. And then she just dropped me off in found I was in like some neighborhood because all like suburban. Which I'm sure she wasn't far, I think they must like keep somewhat of an eye on you.
Oh my gosh, they're just like
probably creeping like in the van,
half a block.
But I was
away.
listening to, I was like, she's got to be, like,
she's
got to be like down the block with just eyes on me right now. But that was
like
when
binoculars, like eating a snack, like all right, there he goes, like
he's going in the street. No, I don't have to swoop in here. But so I had like what they call like a breeze, like the GPS thing,
Mm-hmm. Was it the one you showed me?
Yes, that same one.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I just took a crap on it. I was in my ice fishing and I turned it on and just bleep bleep.
No,
it hasn't turned on since. I gotta mess with it. I don't know if it's a battery or what, but it had that. So like I just type in the address of the place and hit enter, and then it just starts taking you, and you're just going down the streets. Got a little turned around. Had to cross one main road, and then made my way back to Leader Dogs, and she was chilling there. I was like, "Were you really here?" She's like, "Yeah, I was here. I was just waiting for you." I'm like, "All right."
What did it feel like? Like, was it like? Was it your first sense of like being alone and challenged like that kind of?
Kind of. I didn't really feel too alone
because
not as because I know there's still a safety net. There,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, truly alone is like traveling in an airport when you're solo. Like that's like probably the first time I felt like alone was the first time traveling like that. You know what I mean? Getting on a plane and doing all that.
That is a hectic feeling.
That's pretty hectic.
Where was the first time you did that?
Oof, man, I don't even know.
I remember mine. It was going to Peru to hike go to Machu Picchu and then hike up like 16,000 feet.
Machu Picchu, is that Pokemon?
Machu Picchu. Or no, Pikachu.
Yeah, Pikachu. Yeah.
Pikachu.
It's
But
Machu Picchu's Pikachu's
Machu
dad.
Pikachu. No, it was insane.
Peru. I mean, that's
Shout out
about
to Eric Weinmayer.
as far as a travel as it gets, right there.
Yeah, it was wild though. So I was meeting up with the group though in I think like Houston or something. So I flew to Houston, but that was the first flight by myself.
okay.
And I was also I didn't know anybody, so I was traveling by myself, and that was in a whole other country. That was really nerve-wracking for a little bit. You know, you just had to go with it and kind of vibe with who you vibe with on the trip and kind of stick with them or whatever,
Sure,
but
yeah.
it's like super strange feeling being in a different country.
We should do that one day, dude. Because I've done all my skate trips are all that same thing. I meet up with the team. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always with like a group. There's always somewhat of a schedule of just like be down in the lobby at 11 and dinner at this time. So it's like it's really chill. When I travel skating, it's like I'm always with somebody. You know what I mean? It's really mellow.
Mm-hmm.
It's never like super solo of like me just traveling. That would be intense going to like a foreign country by yourself.
I always
Wow,
thought
that would be crazy.
if I had vision, like I used to write this stuff down. Like I used to think I would be a traveler, like by myself though. Like I always thought I'd be this lonely traveler because no one, just at the time, like because no one, like when I was 18, no one around me wanted to like do adventurous stuff in terms of like really send it, like just get out of it, like town and go somewhere.
Even
like,
leave the town.
Yeah, like if I could see, I would have been getting in the car and just driving and like working and getting flights to wherever and just experiencing this stuff. Like, but sadly, like at that point in my life, I did need someone like to do that stuff, you know. And now it's incredible because I do that stuff with Kelly. But it was just I always had these dreams of like what I would have been doing, you know. I always used to fantasize of if I could see, and I still do sometimes, but it drives you crazy.
I do have fantasies of living on my own because I've always been with, 5 other moving to California. Like I couldn't afford a place by myself.
Right.
So it was always like 5 dudes. I've never lived in my own spot by myself. And now I have my wife. So it's like, it's probably gone.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. Like my friends were a lot of them were kind of shy outside of their groups. Like in terms of if we were in like unfamiliar places and we didn't know anyone, they wouldn't just go like spot people and go up and talk to someone. Like I would do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like
I'm not like
I
that,
have to do that with voices. Like I have to catch a voice, like someone that seems like, I could talk to this person and then go talk to them, and like, but I really like if I could see, I'd be spotting people out all the time. And I'd be easier to start conversations because you'd have like visual, cues.
Exactly.
And it just, I always wonder how much I'm missing out on not being able to see. Like,
for sure. My favorite, about as far as I go, is like if I'm doing a solo trip, I'll be like go to the hotel bar and like start a conversation with somebody. That's about it. It's like my favorite thing to do. The hotel bars, dude.
The hotel
Just
bars. You said that the other day.
I love a hotel bar.
You love the hotel bar.
I love being on my own and just going to this hotel bar, get my dinner and a drink, and then that's it. That's all I need, dude. I'm happy. But I do enjoy like these last 3 days have been nice of just own room, just chilling, just quiet. You just on your own. I do enjoy being on my own time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't get to do that a lot.
Yeah.
Especially now, you're always like relying on someone else for a ride and someone else's time and stuff like that. So it's nice to just be on your own schedule. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to kind of have that
good.
freedom of just taking your own hands.
Yes. No hotel bar.
Like, dude, I'd be Uber driving on my free time. Like,
yeah, I'm not. I do have friends who are like that, who are like just start a conversation with anybody, and they're so good at it. But
yeah, my dad is incredible at that.
Is he good? Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know how he does it, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. My buddy Noah is like that. He'll just anywhere he
I'll
goes,
laugh
he's
at
in.
it. Like me and my dad have this joke where we'll like, if we go out together, we'll just start conversations with people and we'll have like games, and we'll like feed each other up, like we'll like tag each other in kind of thing, and then we'll be like, oh, like get the person really going, like because I really do love like hearing about other people. Like I love hearing about their story. I love because I feel like I've had to tell my story so many times and so many different like occasions that like I just want to hear about other people's like journeys and where they got to where
everybody
like,
has something
where they are.
Everyone has something interesting, about their life. That,
and like we have blindness and like everyone has a cross to bear. It's like everyone has something.
It does always go to blindness with somebody. They're like, oh, I had a uncle or I had a best friend who.
Isn't that funny when
it's cool.
people try to relate to you?
Always try to relate in some way.
Did
I tell you the dude?
I don't take it as like an offense though. Like,
no, I don't.
Not like a negative thing at all.
Either.
But it's just it kind of makes you chuckle. It's like like.
I tell you about the dude on the plane. Did I say this? Who had his grandpa or brother or something had a dog that ended up dying, a leader dog.
No.
Did I say this? I might. Okay. It was like one of the last time I flew. Sat down next to a guy. And at first he's like, I was on my phone. He's like, your phone's off. Because I have my screen curtain on, so it's all black.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, your phone's not even on. I was like, oh, no, it's just like blacked on or whatever. It's like I'm blind or whatever. He's like, oh, yeah, I had did you ever have a dog? I was like, no. He's like, oh, I had I forget what it was. Say grandpa who was blind, who had a leader dog, and it was really good for him. And then, like, he got into some chicken bones and he choked and he died.
Oh my God!
I was like, what?
I did not see that story going down.
Yeah, I was like, that's what you told me the story about? Horrible story, dude. It sucks.
I'm gonna
poor dog.
I'm gonna put my headphones back on, man.
Good talk.
No, leave that story alone. Like, put that away, bud. not good plane conversation.
Plane conversations are the best. Yeah.
It's like I had a blind friend. He actually got hit by a car.
Yeah, dying. Yeah, it smoked.
Oh,
jeez. I don't even know. But yeah, thank you, Melissa, for the. And the climbing too.
Oh, climbing. That is something I definitely want to get into.
The only thing that sketches me out is like in like a climbing gym or whatever. Like, so somebody's holding the rope.
No, I think
and weighting you down, like weighting you the other way down.
I thought you're clipped in. Like,
well, you're definitely clipped in.
No, like the rope is clipped up to the top. No,
to the top, and then I think it goes down to a person who holds the rope.
Okay, maybe, but
so if you fall, if they're not paying attention, do you fall?
I think there's like stuff on the ground though too. There's
it's
like
a little padded,
yeah,
but some of them go high. Yeah, some are like 2-3 stories. Like that's not gonna stop. A little pad on the ground ain't gonna stop you from 3 stories.
And like, imagine when you're falling, like people could see when to dodge.
Yeah,
like,
brace themselves.
Yeah, like
that
and
makes
like
me
against the wall. Like,
yeah, that
imagine
makes
coming
me
down
nervous.
3 stories, just like dropping and keep hitting the wall on the way down. That
does make me nervous coming down. Like, yeah, am I just gonna be bouncing off the wall? Or yeah, it's kind of weird.
Dude, Eric Weimeyer does the free climbing and stuff.
He's a beast, dude. I do that intrigues me.
Rock climbing. So you're the indoor. You're in a harness, and what you just
and there's like certain paths on the wall that will be like color coordinated or number.
Oh, they're color coordinated?
Some of them are. So we're like, okay, follow the blues up is like the easy route.
Okay.
And then green is a little harder, and then red is the hardest.
Yeah.
Something like that. Or they'll have numbers on them.
That's
so
crazy.
That'd be kind of hard to follow because I could probably get pretty easily.
Yeah, but that's Eric like maps out the faces, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he has a guide behind, like not climbing with him. I don't know, either climbing next to him or just on the ground yelling to him.
That I like. I do want to do it in a gym, and then that also intrigues me of like actually, gripping on a rock sounds pretty sick, dude. Like having to find the cracks and find the little grooves.
Wait, bouldering? I did that in Telluride, Colorado.
Sick,
dude. It was awesome. You're literally free climbing these big, just rock structures, and you're just finding
for little grooves.
And then you're on the top, and you're not even that high up. Like it's literally the size of a boulder, and then you're at the top, and you're like, oh man, now I gotta get down, dude.
Yeah,
and you get these like gnarly scrapes on your arms and shins. It's like not. I don't know why people are so into it.
You used chalk on your hands and all that too.
I
Chalk.
think chalk was involved.
Chalk.
Chalk.
That sounds fun to me, dude. We should do that. Definitely do that. 4 bad eyes. Climbing.
Bouldering?
Bouldering, climbing, anything like that.
Yeah,
It'll be
definitely
fun to do.
climbing.
But yeah, thanks, Melissa.
What's the most extreme sport you've ever done? Skateboarding?
Probably gator wrestling. No, definitely. I guess skateboarding. Yeah, I rode a bull once. That was probably
A real bull?
a real bull.
Where?
Didn't we talk about this?
No.
I did a bull for I shot. Yeah, we talked. I swear we talked.
Oh, you did. Okay, you shot
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah.
For trying to get the show or whatever. That was intense.
That's crazy. Did you
It
get
was
thrown
a mellow.
off?
It was yeah, of course, yeah. It was a mellow because it's like different levels of bowls. So like, this one was like I'm pretty sure before me there's like a little.
There's the
well, some of them are more tame.
The
than
blue bowl is like mellow. The
red
green
one.
bowl is a little tougher, and the red one's
exactly. But I think there's like a 9-year-old. One of the dude cowboy sons was like riding. He was like 9.
What do they call the cowboys?
Cowboy. I don't know.
Oh, cowboy.
Rodeo.
Dude, that's
Riders.
insane. Did you tie up the bull?
No, I didn't realize
Did you
what
wrestle?
you do. They tie their balls up. Did you know that?
What?
That's what they do to get them go. It's messed up. That's why people don't like it.
Wait, what do they
They
do?
wrap a rope around their balls.
And that's how
And
they get
when
them
they say-
revved up?
And then when they say go, they tighten that rope.
No, that's
and
not
that's
cool,
why they go
dude.
crazy.
That's not cool.
That's why they go buck, dude.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so it's not a good sport.
Don't they have steer wrestling, too?
There's like calf where like you're riding the horse and you freaking lasso, right? Lasso a calf, you jump down, you gotta tie it up. And then there's all kinds of stuff, dude. I don't know if they're not wrestling bulls. You get murked doing that.
I get murked.
But then there's they're like attracted to anything that moves. So that's what the clowns do. So when you fall off, I'm talking about the clowns. There's like clowns who like hide in barrels.
What?
During the rodeo. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
So during a rodeo,
I've never been. I think I've been to one rodeo in my life.
I've never been to like
I've
a
been to
real
one
official
rodeo, but it wasn't like super official.
So like
We gotta go.
yeah, it'd be intense. Yeah. So the cowboy will hop on the bull, getting all set up, and they open the gate, boom, and then once he falls off, it's the clown's job to distract the bull. So they're like literally hiding in a barrel, like looking, waiting for him to fall off. Once he falls off, they hop out and just do whatever, like freaking wave their arms and like the bull.
Honk their nose.
Yeah, so the bull will go to honk their nose. Yeah. We'll chase the clown so the cowboy can get out, and then I guess the clown was just one-on-one with the bull at that point.
Oh my god.
That's what I was scared about. Was falling off and then getting to the gate, but it was really mellow because they knew what they were doing. It was the same dudes that did like the jackass stuff.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it was pretty sick, dude. Gary LeFew, legendary bull rider.
Bull rider.
Yeah, that's how crazy of a sport is that, dude. Lord, I think they go like 8 weeks. I think is their average time. But where did I just hear this? Their average time between getting hurt.
Like it.
It's not. I didn't know that until I went. I was like, what? That's what they do? That's messed up.
Yeah, I went to one circus in my life, and then I saw them like stabbing like the elephants. I was just like, this is fucked
dude.
up.
Those lives of those animals that travel.
Oh, dude,
it's really sad.
It actually, as a little kid, I remember feeling sadness, like very sad about the animals.
Yeah, that's like, I think that's a dying thing in our culture nowadays.
Thank God.
Sure. Yeah.
Fucking circus.
We can just keep it to maybe the acrobatics. Yeah. Riding horses, maybe. I don't know, dude.
Oh, man.
You ever rode a horse? Did you talk about this?
Yeah, I used to. I talked about how I used to have a nice old brown horse, and then it died.
What was his name? Let me guess. Primo.
I don't remember the brown horse's name, and I'm really sad because I really loved that horse.
Did you have to bury him?
No,
Big
it wasn't
hole.
like my horse. It was like the place's horse.
Oh, gotcha.
But like,
this is my little brown horse. He said,
I used to
"Miss
ride
my
it,
little
dude, all
brown
the time.
horse."
Like, it was so mellow. And then it died, and I got this giant white horse named Valentine. And
You remember Valentine's
thing
name?
was a dick, dude. Because
that's what you
Valentine used to buck me off, like try and buck me off when I was little.
You were a cowboy,
dude. I was, and there's no more.
You ever bareback it?
No. I haven't really
Holding on to Maine.
tried to. Kelly and I's first trip to out of the country, it was for her birthday. It was to Ireland, and we stayed for like 2 weeks, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
And we were like driving around the country. We rented a car, driving on the opposite side of the road, and we were on the Wild Atlantic Way. It's called. It's this beautiful road that it goes all the way around Ireland, like along the coast. And it where's I going with this? What were we saying?
Horses.
Oh yeah. And there was these like crazy pastures and farms. And like I remember I was like the whole trip I was like, I want to ride horses so bad. Like we gotta ride horses dude, in Ireland, dude. And I'll never forget we found a horse farm and we went down the trail, went down the path or whatever, like go to the barn. There's no one at the barn, dude. Like, there's no horses there.
They're out riding.
And literally, someone came up out of nowhere. They're out riding, like in an Irish but like cowboy accent. It was like the hardest thing to make. Dude, it was insane. And I just remember being so bummed out. They were like, "We'll be back in 2 hours," and I was like, "Oh no,
I'm not hanging out for 2 hours."
Yeah, I just wanted to so bad.
I ride those open pastures in Ireland.
I jumped in the ocean in Ireland. Ireland was a really cool trip. We stayed in this castle where we were the only. It was us and one other. I think the first night we were the only people in the castle.
Jeez.
And it's this castle from the 1100s.
Did you sleep on a stone bed?
No,
with a hay pillow.
So the inside was like renovated. The
Did you pee in a bucket?
And no, dude, I had them have like rose petals on the bed. I had champagne in a bucket.
Dang.
It was like top floor suite. Like
you're staying in the king's headquarters.
King's headquarters. And it was this on like 11 acres or something, and it was wild. It was
that sounds pretty dope.
It was sick.
Were your windows just like a square cutout of concrete?
They're like those old school concrete ones.
What?
Yeah, and it was cut out, you know.
So like all the walls were stone and stuff.
Yes.
Damn, that's crazy. So, but then they just had like a nice bed in there and like.
No, but the like inside, like I guess like the floors and the ceilings and stuff, like
the actual rooms
and the walls. So like the outside was all the same, and then the like framing of like the windows and stuff was all real and like kept. But then the walls and stuff, like the room felt really nice, you know?
That's dope.
But you still felt like you were in this castle. It was awesome.
Sleeping a king, dude? Gotta sleep in a king size
castle.
Yeah,
it was like huge.
Or a queen, I guess.
No.
King or queen?
All king. It was incredible experience though. We were like it was on a golf course too. We were walking around this thing. Walked through this old graveyard from the 1100s.
Dang.
It was intense. That like the energy there was creepy.
Yeah, a bunch of young people in there.
British army were buried in there and stuff too.
Yeah. Dude, I had a creepy thing happen to me last night, bro.
Oh.
I'm like, it's like 12 o'clock at night. I had already slept in the room twice. Was it? Yeah, this is my second or third night. So I already slept in the room twice. And I'm like laying down in bed. And like I always get spooked. I'm a little spooky. I'm a scaredy cat. So I'm like getting a little like spooked to myself for some reason. I'm like, whatever, just ignore it. Same thing happened the night before. I just ignored it. Went to bed. This time I'm chilling, and then I hear like, what the fuck was that, dude? It's like, what was that?
Oh,
and I kind of lifted my head up. I'm like, was it like the front desk calling or something like that? It was definitely like a buzz, like up from a speaker.
Oh no!
I'm like, what? And I just ignored it.
That's how ghosts try and like communicate.
Yeah, and then I ignored it, and then I just kind of chilling. Like 20 minutes later, I hear the same thing. Like it's a quick like. I was like, oh, that's the fucking alarm clock. So I'm like, hit the buttons on the alarm clock. I'm like, what the hell is this thing doing? Hit a couple buttons. Like obviously, I don't know what how to work this thing. So like I just hit a bunch and I was like, hopefully I got it. And then like another like 20 minutes later, I hear like, and then like I could hear like a little bit of like radio, like fuzzy radio coming through, dude. Just like, I'm like, whoa, okay, that's it, dude.
Oh my God.
I grabbed that thing and I freaking ripped it out of the wall, dude. I was like,
I would be bugging
on.
out. That would give me chills the rest of the night.
Yeah,
though.
I was bugged out for a minute, and I'm like, just chill. And then I put on a podcast, listen to
You're
that.
like, is it gonna happen again?
I was like, dude, if this thing goes off again, I'm gonna lose.
I'm running out of the room.
I'm done. I'm out of here.
I'm out.
Because it seemed like it was kind of an older building. It was like really loud, but like,
could you hear other rooms and stuff?
you could hear some other rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. That actually made me feel better because I heard the person above me like get up and walk. I'm like, oh, I'm around other humans. Whew, I'm good. But then like, what the hell was I gonna say? Oh, the only thing I can think is if I did have room, like they cleaned the room that morning, so they might have hit like some button on the thing when they were cleaning it. That's the only other option.
Dude, hotels.
They didn't go off a couple nights before. Yeah, it freaked me out.
Hotels
God
freak
damn
me out
I'll be
because
back.
it's like, what
I'll
the
be
hell?
back in there
What the
tomorrow,
hell
right?
happened here? You know what's happened here,
A lot's happened,
dude? It's hotels freak me out.
Some of them do, and some of them are don't.
Sometimes I just start thinking like, what happened in this hotel?
Yeah, but I mean, like the one in St. Pete was like super chill.
Yeah, that one was really.
I wouldn't
nice.
be creeped out in there
Until
at all.
you hear the guy at the front desk talking on the phone, and
Oh.
so it's like you're like, we're waiting to get the key, and the guy at the front desk is talking on the phone, and he's like, yeah, you're all good to check out whatever, and he's like, yeah, the fee, whatever, blah blah blah. And like you hear like some talking on the other end. The guy's like, well, yeah, the 100 and blah 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 fee was for the urine on the bed. It was just like,
That wasn't my room, was it?
I was just like, please
Good
don't let that be
Lord,
$215.
That was really funny. He hung that up, and you could tell he was like,
You guys were
did
not
not want to
supposed
say that
hear
in front
that.
of you. Yeah. Well, when
Yeah,
I
you could
checked,
tell he hesitated.
when
before
I
he said
checked
it.
in, the dude farted. The dude checking me in farted. Like I heard it, and I'm like, dude, just fart? While he's checking me in, I'm like, kind of like listening behind me. Nobody behind me. It's like, yeah, that dude just farted, and then it smelled bad, and I was like, yeah, he definitely farted, but just carried on his. What's your last name? And blah blah blah. Blah. Checked me in, farted right in front of me. St. Pete, Florida, baby.
Creeped up.
Yeah. It's gross.
Yeah, it doesn't happen in Cali. People don't fart in LA.
Oh yeah, they do. All these vegans out here, dude. A lot of vegan smelly farts, dude. Vegan farts are the worst, dude.
There is some sort of vibe in LA. Man.
It's been chill. It's been chiller than Florida, dude. Florida was hectic. Where are we at here? How we doing? Timey's
How
time.
you doing?
How you doing, Tony? Bag of donuts. Good food though, dude. It's been nice to switch up the food other than Michigan, Midwest, everything covered in cheese.
Yeah, no, it's been good. This
Skating's
has
good. I've been
good.
getting mad, getting clippies out in
What
the
are you
streets.
stacking clips for? A specific
real
part?
Probably a real part, yeah.
You know when that's coming out?
I don't know.
Do you have a part coming out anytime in the works?
Supposed to be. There's one that's ready to come out and just waiting on it. I
Oh,
have
it's
no
ready?
dates.
Do you have a name for it, or you can't say?
No, I don't think I'll name it. It'll just be something. That one will be through Adidas.
You can call it.
Two Bad Eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like naming parts like that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, freaking busting my ass out here, dude.
Well,
And then we're off to San Diego to do some fun stuff tomorrow.
that's right. Dan doesn't like the effects.
Dude.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We will be back, and I love you all. Is Anthony Mancina.
Dan Ferraro. You can find me on my personal pages, Dan the Mancina, across the board. Facebook is just Dan Mancina. And then collab page, of course,
ForBadEyes.com. You can find all our links. And you can find me, my personals, ASF Vision, and everything at asfvision.com.
Yo, keep pushing.
One love.
GoPro, stop recording.
Keep pushing. And one love from Four Bad Eyes.